Imagine waking up every morning with a sense of peace, feeling unburdened by the worries that usually cloud our minds. This might sound like a distant dream, but what if I told you that it's more achievable than you think? Worry is something we all experience, a universal part of being human, but it's also something that can be managed, even minimized, with the right approach. Today, we'll explore how to worry less, drawing on timeless wisdom that encourages us to live more fully in the present moment and find calm amidst the chaos. Wisdom that has been a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy for thousands of years. Worry is like a shadow that follows us, sometimes lingering quietly in the background, and other times casting a dark cloud over everything we do. It's that constant murmur in the back of your mind, the what-ifs, and the worst-case scenarios that steal your peace and keep you up at night. But worry, as powerful as it feels, is often a thief that steals from us twice. Once when we fear the future, and again when we live through it in our minds before anything has even happened. This dual suffering, anticipating pain before it arrives, is something that Buddhist teachings address directly, emphasizing the unnecessary burden we place on ourselves by clinging to fears of what might be. One of the first steps to worrying less is to understand that worry is often a response to uncertainty. Our minds crave certainty and predictability, and when we don't have it, worry fills the gap. It's like our minds are trying to solve a problem that doesn't yet exist, creating scenarios that might never come to pass. Recognizing this can be a powerful way to start shifting our perspective. In Buddhist thought, this craving for certainty and control is seen as a root of suffering. The key is to acknowledge that the future is inherently uncertain, and no amount of worry will change that. In fact, worry can obscure the clarity we need to deal with the present moment effectively. By embracing the impermanence of life, a central tenet in Buddhism, we can start to release the tight grip of worry and live more freely. A powerful way to counteract worry is to bring your focus back to the present moment. This might sound simple, but it's a practice that requires commitment. The present is the only moment we truly have. The past is gone and the future is not yet here. Yet we often spend so much of our time mentally living in the past or the future, neglecting the now. The practice of being present, often referred to as mindfulness in Buddhist teachings, allows us to engage fully with what is right in front of us. When we focus on the present, our mind has less room to dwell on uncertainties or fears about what might happen. One practical way to stay present is through mindful breathing, a technique deeply rooted in Buddhist meditation practices. When you notice your mind starting to spiral into worry, pause and take a few deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. This simple act can anchor you in the present moment and break the cycle of anxious thoughts. Over time, this practice can help train your mind to return to the present more naturally, reducing the hold that worry has on you. In Buddhism, the breath is often seen as a bridge between the body and the mind, a tool to bring us back to the present whenever we drift away. Another aspect of worrying less is learning to let go of the need for control. Worry often stems from our desire to control outcomes, to make sure that everything goes according to plan. But the truth is, much of life is beyond our control. This realization can be both daunting and liberating. When we accept that we cannot control everything, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to predict and manage every possible outcome. This doesn't mean we stop planning or preparing for the future, but rather that we do so with the understanding that we cannot guarantee a specific result. Letting go of control allows us to approach life with more flexibility and resilience, knowing that we can handle whatever comes our way, even if it's not what we expected. This concept is closely related to the Buddhist idea of non-attachment, where we release our grip on outcomes and accept the flow of life as it comes. In addition to letting go of control, it's also important to cultivate a sense of trust in the process of life. This doesn't mean adopting a passive attitude, but rather developing a deeper sense of trust in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. Trust that, no matter what happens, you will find a way through. Trust in your own resilience, your own strength, and your ability to adapt to change. When you trust in yourself and in the flow of life, worry loses much of its power over you. In Buddhism, this trust is often cultivated through the practice of faith, not blind faith, but a faith rooted in experience and understanding of the true nature of life. Another strategy to worry less is to practice self-compassion. Often when we worry, we are hard on ourselves, criticizing our inability to find solutions or berating ourselves for feeling anxious. This only adds to the stress and makes it harder to find peace. Instead, try treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend who is going through a difficult time. Acknowledge that it's okay to feel worried and that this is a normal part of being human. By being kind to yourself, you create a supportive inner environment that is more conducive to finding calm and clarity. This practice of self-compassion aligns with the Buddhist principle of loving kindness, where we extend warmth and care not only to others but also to ourselves. We should also consider the stories we tell ourselves. Worry is often fueled by the narratives we create in our minds, stories about how things will go wrong, how we'll fail, or how others will judge us. These stories are powerful because they feel so real, but they are just that, stories. By becoming aware of the narratives we create, we can begin to question them. Ask yourself, is this story true? Is it helpful? Is it based on evidence, or is it a product of my fears? By questioning these narratives, we can start to dismantle the power they have over us and replace them with more balanced, realistic thoughts. This process mirrors the Buddhist practice of right understanding, where we seek to see things as they truly are, rather than through the distorted lens of our fears and misconceptions. Another helpful approach is to reframe your perspective on challenges and difficulties. Often, we worry because we fear difficult situations and the discomfort they bring. But what if we viewed challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth? Every difficult situation we face has the potential to teach us something valuable, to help us grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When we adopt this mindset, challenges become less intimidating and we can approach them with more confidence and less fear. This perspective is deeply rooted in Buddhist philosophy, where suffering and challenges are seen not as something to be avoided, but as an integral part of the path to wisdom and enlightenment. It's also important to take care of your physical well-being. Our minds and bodies are deeply connected, and physical health can have a significant impact on our mental state. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep can all help reduce anxiety and improve your ability to cope with stress. When your body is well cared for, your mind is better equipped to handle whatever life throws at you, making it easier to keep worry at bay. In Buddhism, caring for the body is seen as essential, not only as a way to support mental well-being, but also as a way to respect the gift of life we have been given. Another powerful tool in reducing worry is to cultivate gratitude. When we are focused on what we lack or what could go wrong, we are more prone to worry. Gratitude shifts our focus to what we have, to the positive aspects of our lives. This doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect, but rather balancing our perspective by recognizing the good alongside the bad. By regularly practicing gratitude, we can train our minds to see the positives in our lives, which can naturally reduce the amount of time we spend worrying. The practice of gratitude is akin to the Buddhist practice of rejoicing, where we celebrate the good in our lives and the lives of others, cultivating a sense of contentment and joy. Finally, it's essential to build a support system. We don't have to face our worries alone. Talking to someone you trust about your concerns can provide relief and a fresh perspective. Sometimes, simply expressing your worries out loud can diminish their power. Other times, a trusted friend or family member can offer insights or solutions that you hadn't considered. Building a support system of people who understand and support you can make a significant difference in how you handle worry. In Buddhist communities, the Sangha, or the community of practitioners, plays a crucial role in supporting each other on the path, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. In conclusion, worrying less is not about eliminating worry entirely. That's an unrealistic goal. Instead, it's about learning to manage worry in a way that it no longer dominates your life. By understanding the nature of worry, focusing on the present, letting go of control, trusting in yourself, practicing self-compassion, questioning your narratives, embracing challenges, taking care of your physical health, cultivating gratitude, and building a support system, you can significantly reduce the amount of worry in your life. This doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that requires practice and patience. But with time, and by drawing on the wisdom of Buddhist philosophy, you can create a life that is less burdened by worry and more filled with peace, presence, and joy.